Hey guys, welcome. Hey, hi Instagram. Hopefully you guys can see me well. I am trying to get my screen to stay stable. I am. Oh, I don't know what I've done here now. I don't know what I've done here now. Hmm. 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 Okay. No. Sorry guys, just 1 second. I'm trying to do the Instagram thing. There we go. Hi everyone. Hopefully you are well. Hopefully you are having a lovely day. I'm not sure what's happening with um my TikTok here. Let me just go out again. I am this I don't want these filters. They scare me. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Hmm. Where did this come from? Guys, there is a filter here that is scaring me. I'm trying to remove it. I don't see how to remove it. Okay, well. So, I hope you are well. I hope you're having a lovely day. It is a What a Monday today. Welcome. We are going to be discussing something quite tricky. We're going to be discussing mental health. Uh, Hopefully, we don't have to talk about a lot than we should be, because it's quite a difficult topic. And I hope you guys from Instagram can see me well. I don't see you great here because my camera is not sitting well, but I hope you can see me well. You can hear me. So, I've been doing this job that I'm doing of being an energy healer for such a long time. I've gone through a lot of phases as a person growing every day. Most of you have seen me on the social medias for some time, and you have probably have seen all the work that I've been doing since day one. And I did not choose this work. This work chose me. So at all times, I don't decide what needs to be done. Sort of the work leads me towards a certain direction. And of course, my biggest calling, I know that, is for me to help people with finances, helping people with their money. And I'm happy doing that. But in that topic of money, there are three subjects that normally shows up a lot that affects our money. One of them is the one we're going to talk about today, which is mental health and relationships. I mean, the other ones, we'll talk about them another day. So now today we're going to be talking about mental health. Of course, relationships affect our money in a big way. You've heard me talk about it a few times, and I continually just talk about that topic, whenever I get the chance to come through here and talk about stuff. Now, mental health affects money, big time. But today, I want us to just talk about mental health, things we can do, things that we should be looking out for, and why even it is there. Why is even mental health such a thing? Okay, so now before I go into the mental health thing, if we are going to be looking at maybe let's say a life of a person that has a job, that has a family, normally the stresses that they are facing at work, maybe a boss's workload, all these kind of things, career development, and all of these things, they are affecting, of course, this person a lot in terms of them trying to make sure that they are winning. But then again, you find that at home, again, there's a whole lot of other issues that they still need to make sure that that is going well. So then there is these work issues and home issues. Hence, you will hear all the time whenever there's wellness talk, there is always this talk of balancing work and home life. Okay, so now, of course, mental health doesn't need anything. It doesn't need you to be broke. It doesn't need you to have a bad relationship to be there. We sort of, I think at this point, a lot of us understand that mental health has got nothing to do really with how broke you are, how rich you are, how much in a loving relationship you are in. Mental health is just going to show up because it is mental health. It's like an illness. You don't get cancer because you don't have money or you have money. It is just sickness. It is sickness. It happens because it's a sickness. And of course, it's chemical imbalance. Is a whole lot of reasons why we get mental health. So now, because mental health is not created by these things, but anything that goes wrong in our lives, specifically in certain areas, just like money and just like work and just like relationships, that of course will make the mental health issue so much bigger. It will just it will be like you're putting paraffin on the fire or you're putting petrol on the fire, and then this mental problem does stand on its feet. And so you find that people with mental health, they are always looking for relationships, and if they're in one, they find the worst. I don't know how to explain what is the worst relationship, but we all know the one that is not okay, like where you're not being treated well, you're being sort of abused and all those kind of things that are just not good. So people with mental health issues will normally find the worst of relationships. People with mental health will, of course, at most times, I mean, I'm just talking about clients that comes to me, will have issues around making the income they deserve. So you find that this person is so amazing. They are so good at what they do. They are so intelligent. They know they are great. They are great. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that they've been, from school, they were good and all of this and all of these things. But they just can't get to do they can't get to earn as they supposed to, so it affects their money, of course. And then of course just in life in general, things seems to not go as they wish. Most of the things, they will find that they're fighting with their family, they're fighting with their kids, friendships sort of don't go so well. So of course these are things that then if there is something that is going on in that area of the person's life, then the mental health gets worse. So now most of the times, psychologists will say that the mental issue is, sometimes they will say that it is being fueled by the problems, but then sometimes the problems are created by the mental issue. So, even there, sometimes the whole definition of which is causing what can be so blurry. Okay, so I'm just giving you the information that you probably have known and seen on how mental health works. This is the things that we have seen, we've known them. That is how normally it looks like. But then now, why the mental issue? Why is it there? So myself, I've been, going through this journey for as long as I can remember. My mother, like the first person I know in the planet, had a serious mental issue, mental health illness and passed from it. My brother also just when he finished his matric, he lost his mind until he passed, like 20 years later. This has been something that I've seen in my family. It has taken the lives of people that I love. And this was back then when, nobody was really talking about mental health, and there wasn't actually a support system. Actually, mental health wasn't even identified as something that can be so critical that can take somebody's life. And mental health is taking people's lives every day. It's either, through suicide or just through a whole lot of other things. But mental health does take people's lives on a daily basis. It's just that, we don't have the stats, because most of the time they will be like, it is this thing, but actually, if you go back and you do enough investigation, you'll find that it's a mental health problem. It happens because of mental health. Now, so I have seen this, from as young as I saw this happen in my family. And of course, I grew up to find out that I also was very much likely to find myself in a mental hospital and all of these things, and dealing with mental health issues. But I think for me, I was so lucky. I was so lucky because when I actually got to a point where I could really notice that something was not okay, I sort of found myself it's just almost happened at the same time where I found me. And one of the things that I promise you will help a lot and almost cure your mental issues is finding yourself. Because in my industry, in the healing space, and most of the people that comes to me are people who are spiritually gifted, and most spiritually gifted people struggle a lot with mental health. And it is not because of the spiritual gift, which sometimes we have always, people buy Otwasa and then all this kind of stuff because they're trying to deal with the mental issue. Utwasa does not heal mental illness. I think that's another thing we need to just a little bit maybe talk about it a little bit more, that mental illness is not healed by Utwasa. Utwasa is a process of learning spiritual stuff, and it's got nothing really to do with mental health. It can help when a person, while they're studying their spirituality, finds themselves. But it's not everybody who goes through those kind of processes that finds themselves. Sometimes some people go there and come back and they still haven't found themselves. So once you find yourself, and how does this finding yourself look like? So this finding yourself, it is not just about you finding your calling or finding your purpose. Okay, that is like 50% of the work. Once you find out, okay, I am a coach, I am a psychologist, I am a teacher, I am a business person and entrepreneur, I am this, I'm this and that, and you finally just find the thing that is for you. You don't, I'm an accountant, you actually find an accountant job. I am a chef, actually find an accountant chef, or you start a chef business, or you just find yourself in that thing that is yours. Yes, you've done 50% of the work, but you are not out of the woods. You are not, you have not arrived at the place. So once you have found that calling, is 50% of finding yourself. The other 50% is finding you. Remember, we are dimensional beings. There is the physical body, which is like 5%. And then there are so many other aspects of who we are. We have a soul, that's another story. We have a spirit, that's another story. There is so much that is going on in us. And when you are just, I'm going to make an example with me. When you are a healer, there is Busi, the healer. That person is like, I don't play with her. She is just somebody else. There's Busi the healer. You normally will meet her in sessions at 4 a.m. I work between 4 a.m. and 9 a.m. You will meet her there. You will meet her when I'm doing ceremonies, doing ayahuasca ceremonies, doing mountain ceremonies, San Pedro ceremonies, doing river cleansings. You will meet her there. That is not me. That is not Busi, the one that, well, you probably have met her a lot of times in these videos. So in these videos, I normally ask her to just like, I'll talk on your behalf. So I'm like, you know what, we're going to do this. You let me talk. I'll listen what you say. Like, I prefer to be here. So it's like here, all of this is Busi the human being, and then I am talking on behalf of Busi the healer. Okay, so I mean, hopefully it makes sense, but um, Busi the healer is a totally different person. There are things that were there and there, we sort of have things in similar things in common, but there, I mean, the more I live this life, the more I notice that we are just like two different people. Like, we are so not the same. Like, yeah, we are very different. So, but of course, I enjoy working with this Busi the healer. She's amazing. She's totally amazing. She's very strict. She's very, like, she wants quietness. She is very, very strict. She wants things done like now. She's bossy and all of those stuff. Like, okay, I've sort of calm it down sometimes. Like, oh no, we're not doing that. Not today. It's not gonna happen. But of course, now, when you find your calling, or you find your purpose, or you find who you came here to be, you find that person. And I mean, I read astrology charts, and I've normally, those who have come for an astrology chart, they normally have heard me say, this is what the universe is asking from you. So I will say, when we start in the session, this is what your chart says the universe is asking from you. So that will be the you, the one with the purpose. And then I will say, this is what you are asking from the universe. So there's your spirit that is here doing its job. Then there's your soul that is here also on its own quest. And then now your soul is the one, it's the Busi, the physical one. Well, I'm not sure which one is it now anymore. But then, of course, the body is working with everybody else that is here. So, okay, then there's the human thing. Let's say Busi, the human thing is normally the one that carries the soul. She's coming here to understand something, to conquer something. Maybe she wants to understand unconditional love. Maybe she wants to understand what real abuse is about. She wants to understand, a whole lot of other things. And she is having her soul. Her soul wants that. But then the spirit stuff wants its own things. The universe brought the spirit here for that job. So at some point, that those two need to work together, then you don't have mental health issues. Now, if these two are far apart, this problem, this fighting, this depression, this struggle, this life is not okay, this life is painful, I'm not even sure why it's painful, but it's painful. That's when you start to feel it. So now, Busi the healer is me doing my purpose, my calling, my talents, and my gifts, and my everything. And that person, once she's happy, you've done half of the work. But then there's the soul. The soul also has its own issues. And I've seen that, during after the COVID time, a lot of people were working with the spirit, their spirit being. They were working with finding their purpose. And a lot of people, of course, are still in that journey. What is my purpose? Why am I here? A lot of people are asking that question. And I noticed a lot of times when I was doing astrology readings, I had to stick to a lot of information about why am I here? What is my purpose? And of course, thank goodness for that astrology chart. It does answer those questions. So a lot of people were like, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? They were trying to work with the spirit self. Okay, then you find that you are here to sing, you find that you are here to, and then that is fine. And not that it's, you're just going to get on with it and all of that. So then you start building up that person. You start introducing yourself to that person. You start knowing how this person that is here to do the coaching, the healing of others, how does she want to work, what so you could now have those conversations between you and that person and say, okay, I like to do this, I don't like to do that, what is your idea with this? And you have to really make sure that you negotiate. Like I negotiated perfect terms and conditions, like I will do this, I won't do this, I will do this, I won't do this is what I like, this is what you like, so let's meet in the middle. And then we finally had, a fine, good arrangement how we work, and now we are perfect. Well, I mean, every day like, there's new things, but we sort of get along with each other. We know our red flags. We know, like, if you're doing this, I'm not gonna be doing that. And then of course, now I have to listen. Now she has to listen. So we meet in the middle, and things have been going very well there. But again, that takes a process, and I've helped a lot of people manage and find that spirit self and start to work with the spirit. It's got nothing to do with religion. It's got nothing to do with ngoma or ukuba Christian or ukuba ngumfundisi or ukuba isangoma or ukuba yini. Before you get there, you need to first know the spirit self that is you. You need to meet him or her. You need to have good discussions. Then you can decide, okay, we're gonna go be a pastor, we're gonna go be a sangoma, then decide what you want to do. And Nami, I decided my own thing, and people always ask, what am I? I don't worry about it. It is what it is. I'm not sure yet, but it's working fine. It's okay. We are happy. At this point, all is good around that. So now, then the soul part. At this current moment, I've been noticing that a lot of people are struggling with the soul part. And remember, if the spirit is there, the spirit person is there, sorted, but the soul is not, you're still going to have the depression. You're still going to have the mental health issues. You're still going to have the struggle. Things are still not going to be working together because you are not whole. You are still not whole. Now, the soul has its own issues. Now, the soul, I have noticed, I mean, from myself now, I'm looking at my own journey, and I'm comparing with the journey of the clients that I've helped through the same process of, getting things to work together nicely. Now, on the soul part, the soul also comes here with his own stories. So the soul has its own needs. The soul also has its own mission that is here to find out. So, like I said, most of the times, the soul is here to grow. The spirit is grown. The spirit doesn't need nothing from you. The spirit is functioning from its highest self. You just need to meet it and understand it. The spirit is fully grown up. It can heal anybody when it needs to. It is perfect. It doesn't need your help. The spirit is perfect, but the soul needs to grow up. So you'll find that a person has found their gift, but the soul is still very fragile. The soul is not functioning correctly. So the soul keeps messing up everything here. So this is the person who find that they've got father issues, their father wound, they've got their mother wound, they've got their lack, they've got the poverty, they've got the rejection, they've got the what? I mean, all these problems, the abandonment issues, did I say lack? Yes. So the soul is struggling with these things. These things that are in the soul system, they have nothing to do with the spirit. The spirit is looking and it's like, that side. Can you guys finish? Like, so you find this person knows their gift, they are functioning on the gift side. They've done Uktwasa, they've done everything, they've gotten our spiritual awakening, they've gotten they've went through the darkest hours of spiritual awakening. The spirit is totally full-blown is here. But this side, the soul is very much struggling. The soul does not know when the sun is coming out, when the sun is going down. The soul is crying for a boyfriend. Oh, me, I'm lonely in this planet. I need a boyfriend. Oh, well, you know what? To find one that is just a mess, and you're trying to heal this one now. Hey, So the soul is not finding its feet. If the soul is still struggling, you will still have the problem where you are depressed, where you have mental health issues. You've got to make sure that the soul understands. The soul is about understanding. The soul is sitting there on your lower chakras, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra. The soul needs to learn. The soul needs to get confidence. The soul needs to let go of low self-esteem. The soul needs to let go of asking for more trauma. The soul needs to know how to manifest. The soul needs to learn so much more. And when the soul has find what it's looking for, and it's being taken care of, and does understands what it needs to understand, then automatically you will see the mental health almost evaporates in front of you. And when I say it evaporates, I mean that it just leaves you alone. Like you wake up one day and there's no anxiety. You wake up one day, there is no pain. Because when you have that mental health and the depression, it feels like there's a pain inside of you that is just paining and pulling you down, and you do not know what to do with it. That pain that doesn't want to go away is either you do get the boyfriend or you don't get one, it's still there. You get the money or you don't get the money, it's still there. You get the job or you don't get the job, it's still there. That pain goes away when the soul finally understands. So at this time, like I'm saying, I've been noticing that a lot of people have started their soul journey. And I'm not sure which one is worse. I started on the soul journey. And I am so glad. I am so glad that my journey started on the soul journey, and it started quite when I was quite young. I had to learn really to fight for myself in all things, and a whole lot of things. I mean, I don't mean that what you've gone through was okay, or this or that, but when everything was starting to be reconciled together, I sort of got it. I was like, oh, I understand, and then of course I was able to get tools that helped me, like the ayahuasca processes, like the San Pedro processes, like astrology. Astrology really changed my life because I got to understand really, like I'm telling you, like how does these things work. And that's why even when I'm doing an astrology reading, I never send a person a document, or I don't talk to you about Pisces and the planets and this and this, because I know you will never get it. What the point? Why should you know about Pisces? Like, you really don't care if Pisces is there or not. Like, gravity's force of gravity is here, but do you care? You don't care. As long as you are walking in the planet and the force of gravity is doing its job, you really don't care. But when I'm doing my astrology reading, I am healing the person through the information. So I literally I'm working on your chakras as I'm giving you the information, and I am really separating the information that there's a spirit and there is the soul, and I am working on it like that. As I give you the information, I am working with you like that, so that you can get to that balance. You can balance these two, and when they are balanced, that's when the mental health literally gets disappearing. You don't see it anymore. It's like you're lifting up and you leave it here and you're just going up, 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 up. So now, when you go through the soul journey, it is quite the most painful thing. The thing of, you have your gift and it's amazing, but you are broke. You have your gift, is amazing, but you have a boyfriend that is giving you stress, and I mean, you just keep finding the wrong one, right? You having your calling and you are great at what you do, but you just keep having, the wrong boss, or this, or the business keeps dying, or you don't find the right friends, or just like all the things that you're supposed to be happy now because you figured this out, but you're not happy here. So sorry guys, sorry about that. Oh, sorry, Instagram. I hope you can see me now. I was receiving a call. My goodness. Sorry about that. Hopefully I'm still on Instagram. Okay. So, oh, there it is. Okay. So now, of course, it is a journey. Like I said, it is the spiritual awakening journey. and there is definitely the soul journey. Sorry, guys, I got distracted by this phone. There is the spiritual journey, there is the soul journey. On my case, I started with the soul journey. I'm not sure which one is the hardest, but I felt that once I had done the soul journey, it was quite easy for me to be allowing. Yes, I think that's the word. To be allowing to surrender quickly to the spiritual awakening. The spiritual awakening was probably the most painful, but because my soul was at peace, I was able to say, oh, well, let's wake up today. Let's see what's going to happen. And then, things were sort of falling into place. Now, the spiritual journey was the most painful. Physically, mentally, well, mentally wasn't that bad because I sort of really surrendered. So mentally, it did not affect me that much, but it really did affect me physically. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you how physically it was exhausting to have to download all the information at all times, and then of course having to send this information to everybody who needs it when they're coming for their healing and all of that. Just like working with all of that was just learning to work with all of that was quite tough. But it was the most painful. And of course, the spiritual awakening will ask you to let go of a lot of stuff because you gotta have to work with this higher self. This higher self is like, I don't want this person. I don't want this job. I don't want this business. I don't want this. And it's like, seriously, like what do you want then? Like should I have? Like nothing? Like I can't work now. I can't angisakghona ukujola ngoba wena you're like you don't want this. Like seriously, don't do this to me. So it was the most painful because I just had to like throw away things the whole entire time. I mean, I had to throw away even a body, whole entire body. I had to have a summer body, just like wow, so much. So it was quite the heaviest one, but it was easy as much as it was. I think the most painful one. It was the easy one because of the fact that I had done most of the soul stuff. The soul stuff was doable, but it needed courage. In the soul stuff, loving yourself, guys, is a lot of work. Finding who you are in your soul journey, in what you are here for to gain in your soul, it is quite hard. So I see a lot of people are fighting, to find somebody to walk this journey, this soul journey with. Or they can't sort of let go of other people because it's the scariest. The spiritual thing, you don't even want anybody there because you don't know. Like it's tirumakar. It's just like up and down. You don't need nobody here. You know you need to walk this by yourself. Like there's no question about it. But on the soul one, you sort of feel like this should be somebody, my friend, my mother, my partner, whoever must hold my hand. While again, the soul journey also needs you to show up by yourself. Because remember, even here, you are learning who you are. And there's always going to be the parts where you have to align with the spirit. So the soul needs to align with the spirit the whole time. You need to align with the spirit. And there's things that other people won't understand. There are people that you, of course, will be given. I'm so grateful for that the universe gave me people who will hold my hand. But they were holding my hand for 5 seconds, like literally 5 seconds. I'll be like, I'm still holding, and then they'll be like, sorry, we can't hold to you, like you can't hold on that much. Sorry. You need to do this by yourself. So all the time there was just different people at all times. But like when they had to hold my hand, and when I didn't have the courage or the strength, they will hold my hand so tightly and they will help me jump stuff and jump things. And when once I've jumped this, I'm like still holding on. They'll be like, sorry, bye. And then they will be on their way. And then I always like have to continue again on this road. So on the spiritual journey, you are studying yourself and all the spiritual stuff. It's an amazing, as much as it requires a lot of sacrifice, but it's like you finding out things that are so amazing. It is just like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, you are really enjoying yourself. But on the soul part, it is quite needing you to be courageous. This is where you're gonna need the self-discipline. You're gonna need the courage. You're gonna need the determination. You're gonna need to not be scared. You're gonna need to get your warrior power in. This is where you're gonna need your masculine, divine masculine energy to be good in good numbers, in good conduct. While on the other side, you're gonna need your feminine energy. So that's why you see even abantu nabayotwasa, even the guys who start wearing amabai, and then they will, have they working on the spiritual side. You work with your feminine energy. That is the energy that is needs to be fixed when you're in your spiritual path. But when you are on the soul path, you need your your masculine to be correctly. That is why again the masculine and the feminine has to continually come together and align. So working with the soul, it is the thing that we go to ayahuasca for. And why are we having to go there? Because we're going there to say to the soul, you better talk. What is your problem? You better tell us quickly, what do you need so that we can give it to you? Because we are dying here. The more you are suffering, the more I'm suffering. The more you are suffering, soul, the more I'm depressed. The more I have mental issues. The more I'm acting weird. The more I can't handle life. The more I'm in pain daily. Can you talk fast? What is wrong? And then during the ayahuasca ceremony, the soul will say, oh no, it's my mother. Oh no, it's my father. Oh no, it's my two grannies back then. Oh no, it's my two grandparents. This what happened to them. So you deal with the ancestor stuff, you deal with the current stuff, you deal with all the people who hurt you. The soul will say, oh, it's my boss. Oh, when I was young, I got abused this way. So then we heal the trauma of the soul in the ayahuasca, and then the soul grows. The soul grows up, because most of us are just like 2-year-olds. Some of us are like 8 months old. I mean, I can remember a time before I was born out of my mother's womb. I remember, like, I have conversations that I've told my sisters of things that happened before I was born, and they were like, no, you were not here. My mother was pregnant. How do you know? So I've asked them, and they're just like, but some of us are still stuck there, because that's when the hurt was happening. That's when the soul got to be like, shaken. So, and then it's still there. So then during the ayahuasca ceremony, the soul starts speaking and saying, this is the problem, then we heal it. This is the problem, then we heal it. This is the problem. And then that's why I've always said, during an ayahuasca ceremony, you can heal things that you will heal in 10 years. You'll heal it in one night, in 6 hours. Because it is one thing that God knew we're going to need, that is going to help us to grow quickly. And people who come through to the ayahuasca, they do the ayahuasca, and then all of a sudden, like, I don't need the medication. I don't need the mental, health medication. I don't need it. I don't need the depression medication. I don't need, because you've healed the soul. And once you've healed the soul, find that the spirit was always ready. The spirit doesn't have too many problems. The time the spirit will affect you is when you say, now I'm ready, let's go, let's work. And the spirit will be like, before we work, we need to remove. So that's why I'm saying it's so painful, because now you just have to like let go and go with the flow. This side, you just have to go with the flow. There's not much headaches. You just need to go with the flow. This side, this is where we fix you as the human being. So now, we'll go through the San Pedro, we'll go to the mountain, and your soul will say, okay, I'm broke. This is the limiting beliefs. And then we're like, okay, those limiting beliefs, we need to delete them out of the brain. Yes, brain, please let go of this. Let go of this limiting belief. Let go of that this person is not good enough. Let go of the person will never have enough to take care of themselves. Let go of this person needs people to take care of her or him. Let go of this. Let go of the thought that you can't make your own business work. You can't make your own calling work. So, and of course, San Pedro helps with the whole thing of behaviors, like stop drinking. Like literally, we tell the soul, you need to stop drinking. I've seen people come out of those ceremonies, they stop smoking immediately. They never smoke again. They stop drinking immediately. They don't drink again. They get out of drugs. They get out of sex. That is bad. Immediate. I mean, sex. I mean, I kill the whole sex thing just by the river before you even just take ayahuasca or anything. That one, shame. The ones who know me, they know me, and people don't like me about for it, because I mean that stuff is just killing your energy. I'm not gonna be cleansing you every 5 days because you cleanse and you cleanse and you go back. No, it's just like I just put a stop and I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen anymore, and then you just get over it. I mean, that is definitely a magic, a miracle stuff I've got. Like you just stop. And then why not? Why should you be traumatizing yourself when you could heal yourself so that you can find your perfect mate and then you can have all the joy you need, other than just keep putting yourself in so much trauma for what? Okay, so now this is why we are doing a lot of the work now on the soul journey. The soul journey has nothing to do with your calling. The soul journey you do it, and it got nothing to do with the fact that you have a spiritual calling or you are a business person or you are what, or you're everything that you are needs your soul. And of course, if you've got a spiritual gift, it will run its own course. And you don't need ayahuasca for you to raise up your spiritual. The spiritual stuff can be raised up, of course, in the mountain and in the river, but that is just like, it's the easiest thing ever. Like, it's the easiest thing ever. Doing that, you don't need much time or energy or anything. It is the easiest thing. But you will have to listen once you start that journey of what things must happen and what things can happen, like I said earlier. So on this side of the soul, this is where you put in the work. This is where you need to stop the behaviors, toxic behaviors, liking toxic people and their behaviors, putting yourself in toxic situations, work environments, relationships, allowing the world to take from you without giving you what you deserve. So all these things that your soul is suffering with, we have to heal that in the soul journey. Once the soul is aligned with the spirit, there is no mental problems. There is no mental issues. Now, of course, the doctors, God bless them. They have been helping a lot, giving the medication that helps to quiet down the soul mind. So when you take the medication makes the soul mind to function less. So when the soul is functioning less, it's like it's been it's been made to go slow. It, like, let's say this is the speed, then it goes a little bit. So you have your sort of, oh my goodness, things are bad, and then they are sort of like in a far distance to you. So, and of course, you will just function in the sense of that you know how to wake up in the morning, take a bath, go to work, come back. But we all know when you're taking those medications, your life is sort of like a little bit almost numb, so that you do not have to face the issues you have to face. Because every time you're trying to face the issues, you don't know what to do with them, and then they overwhelm you. That's why you find these people that are dealing on their soul journey. They can't answer phone calls. They tell you, don't call me. I can't. I used to be that person, of course. Don't call me, like, give me 3 days to prepare for the call. The social media, you're just scrolling, like you're trying to block the soul functioning at all costs. You are eating too much, you're drinking too much, you are having sex too much, you want a relationship, but at all costs, you are, you're just crying for one, you are a proper mess. And once you find a relationship, we are still at today, which is and then we are sister every day, because 3 days later, that relationship is not there. You were holding on with dear life. You know the drama. You see the props in the drama of people who are going through the soul chain. It's dramatic. It is dramatic. I do. Of course, my clients, are going through that stuff, and I help them through. But I feel the pain of people who are going through that soul chain. It's quite hectic. So now, once you get along with your soul, you find out what the soul is looking for. I think the most important thing is finding out the soul what is looking for. So of course, when you're taking the medication, everything has been slowed down. The medication helps you to cope and not go lose your mind. The medication closes some of the spinnings in that brain, and then everything slows down. So you will have a what a scene like in maybe 2 months, once in 2 months, or whenever you forgot to take your pill or this or that. And that helps. I mean, when you are really losing it, you should definitely make sure you're taking your medication so that you just slow things down. But of course, you don't then get to your highest potential because everything is slowed down. So the good is slowed down, the bad is being slowed down. There isn't any bad. There isn't any bad. It's just that because you haven't dealt with it, it shows up as your shadow. It shows up as all sorts of things that you don't really know what to do with them. So now, or you just find all the superficial things like the alcohol, the sex, the relationships, the money, the what that you think it's a problem. So a lot of people in the soul journey will give you reasons like, I'm not happy because I'm not happy because I'm not, I need this, I need this, I need this. All the things that they just think will take away the pain. And every time they find them, the pain, it does not go away. And you can ask them, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, it doesn't help. So then that's when you know, oh, it's actually the soul journey. That is my problem. So I thought let me come through and just explain this concept to you guys, because I've been getting a lot of inboxes around this issue. People are asking, why am I struggling from this? Why are my dreams like this? Why am I feeling like this? Why is this happening? And I wanted to just come and explain what are the causes of the things that have been happening to you. You might just be going through the spiritual awakening. I think that's the most beautiful thing ever. Like I said, it's the most painful, I think, in terms of the physical experience, but it's just amazing. And then the soul journey is one hell of a mountain. That is why we have to go to the mountain. And when we go to the mountain, and those who have gone with me to the mountain, we talk like stuff that is so deep. But when we're doing the spiritual stuff in the ayahuasca, we never talk. Everything is quiet. It has to be total quietness, because we are working with the internal, but with the spiritual side of us. But when we go to the mountain, we're working with the soul. The soul is dramatic, I tell you. The soul wants only thing. The soul is here to learn. The soul is here to understand. And if you give the soul learning and understanding, that is it. I run a lot of programs, and I've seen people who come through to these programs, they find peace because they finally understand. People who come through for like I'm saying, the astrology readings and all of this, they find peace because they now understand. I got healed because I started to understand why God was choosing me. Like 40 million rand at 29 years. Why me, Lord? Why me? Like why? What have I done wrong? But when I got the answer, I was like, okay, fine, it's fine. I get it. No problem. I'm going to deal with this. And I got the courage. Like I said, the courage, the determination, the self-discipline, and this and this. That's what the soul is looking for. So, am I giving you your mental health illness healing? Well, I'm giving you the secret. I'm explaining to you what is going on. And I'm saying to you, if you try this route, deal with these two things in a separate mode, you might just get there quicker. These are two, and if you understand that they are two, and you deal with them in that separate manner, you will see them when they come together. We will see them just like I said, when you speak to a spiritual Busi and when you speak to human Busi, they are two different people. But the soul, which is human Busi, had to learn so much and understand so much so that she can function better with the spiritual Busi. And the spiritual Busi does not have any problems. Your spiritual self doesn't have any problem. Your spiritual self doesn't need anything. Your spiritual self doesn't even need Uktwasa. your soul ngiyo enida explanation, and ekuthwaseni you're supposed to be going for explanation, you know, labo abakhona ukuthi bahambe bayothwasa, or whichever process you are doing of learning, of understanding. But like I said, I got to go through that process of understanding through these processes of ayahuasca, because I'm just like a little bit too skeptical. Like I wouldn't be able to go twice. Like I would bangangijikisa extend, bangangijikisa 2 hours later, they will say, go home, back home. We are not doing this with you. That I will never last 2 seconds there. But I had to go through, I mean, the whole thing of astrology and all these kind of processes, chakra healing and all of that. But I had to understand, but also I had just had to understand myself. So you are struggling with mental health right now. What I'm saying to you is just maybe your problems are lesser than you think. I know it feels like, what is wrong with me? Why do I want to kill myself every second of the month? Like, I just want to finish it. I'm tired. It's so hard. But it is because your soul is not getting answers. That is the most I've seen. And your spirit is asking you, what are you waiting for? Why are we not moving? So the two are fighting a big battle. That's why you feel inside of you all this fight, and you're just getting exhausted and you're just wanting to come out of it. So guys, I don't see any question. Okay, Jessica, hi. Jessica says, I love you. Okay, so TikTok guys are always, of course, sending messages. That's nice. Thank you. Thank you for all of those. Thank you so much. I don't see, somebody says, hi, coach, my favorite topic. Oh, yeah, I know, favorite topic. Mine also. Mental health has been something that has been very, very close to my heart, because I've seen the fire, I've seen the flames, I've seen it through my family, I've seen it through people who are very close to my heart, I've seen it through my clients, I've seen it through I mean, I've seen it, and I've learned to sort of understand how to work with it. And in all the places where I've been working with it, in those people's lives, I've seen a big change. And as I was explaining to you, I was just trying that maybe you can get some understanding, some light, just trying to shine some light in those situations, because I know how hard things can be. I know how hard, like, it is one of the most hardest thing to have mental health, because there is actually no problem with you, but there is a big problem. Busi DG says, why do we have more courage when we are younger and less when we are older or come of age? Well, Busi, that is actually a good question. Busi is saying, why do we have more courage when we are younger? So when we are younger, the soul is still excited. Like, it's not, it's still excited. It's like, oh, I'm here. All right. So what are we doing this time? Most of us are coming here for another time. No, it's not our first time. The soul is still like, oh yes, I want to. So the more we don't give the soul what it wants, the soul starts to just be like, why are you so stupid? Why are you so stupid? So we lose the courage when the soul is starting to sort of give up on us. Remember, you could die before you found your soul journey. That's why you will come back again. And it is because you sort of did not work with the soul as quick as you can. And all of us, we have different reasons. Most of us, we've just been told, we don't know what is wrong. Let me just say, we don't know what is wrong. And I think at this point in time, it's better, because they are, like, I mean, this information that I'm sharing with you today, it's information that I also got in the spirit. And I don't just come here and do these videos. I need to be, told to come and share with this, because somebody needs to know. But we are getting more information to sort of understand. And I've seen that understanding is so much, it's healing. Understanding is the most healing thing ever. I learned tarot cards. Well, I didn't learn them. I sort of remembered them from my past lifetime. But tarot cards have just changed my life, like astrology, and I'm just understanding. Nothing is changing in my life, Pussy. Nothing is changing. But the more I understand, the more the courage comes back. And I know what you mean when it feels like you are exhausted, you're tired. It's just that the soul is starting to lose hope. It's like, you're never gonna get it right. You're never gonna get this right. I am here for this. Like, why can't you just deal with it? So we get tired. But every time when you heal, you feel that power comes back. And it's the weirdest thing. I know at like 35, I was exhausted. I looked old. I looked like a 60-year-old. I was tired. And then the lights did come on. Thank goodness. Today, people say I don't look my age and all of this and all of that, but it's lighter. It's lighter. Bosi says also, is it conflicting? Of course, the conflict, yes, like I said, it's that fight of finding and knowing and understanding. So yeah, the more you heal, the courage comes back. The more you heal, the more you're taking in that breath, and you're like, oh no, actually things can be so bad. Maiska Mariam, I'm not sure, Maiska, if I'm saying your name right, says, I'm from France and I want to do the ceremony. Oh wow, that would be great, my Ska, I hope I'm saying it correct. Do join us. Just send. I'm gonna put on a phone number here. Okay, you can just send me an email, pa@busiselesho.com. I'm gonna put it here, and then we can. We've been having a lot of international clients from the UK. I mean, from Europe. There's been so many clients from Europe that are coming to join us for the ceremonies. So you can just send my PA an email there, pa@busiselesho.com, and we are going to help you to do the bookings, and then you can come and join us for the ceremony. It's totally amazing. We've been having a lot of clients from Europe coming through. So the next ayahuasca ceremony, we're doing it on the 6th of April. Thank you, Maiska. Thank you. Hope to see you soon. We are having our next ayahuasca ceremony on the 6th of April. So please make sure that you send information if you want to join us, because you need to get the prep information on how to prepare for the ceremony. There is a detailed information that you need to get on how to prepare for the ceremony. So it's very important that you get that information. So send that email, pa@busiselesho.com, or send a WhatsApp on 061 221 5867, or you can just send an email. Sometimes I'm saying that I'm wrong. And ask for the prep information for the ayahuasca, do your booking. And also, we are having our river cleansing this coming Sunday. It's coming Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Saturday 6 a.m. We're having our river cleansing. Ask my PA the information so that you can join us. She'll give you the address and everything else. We are doing our San Pedro at the end of the month. So check my Instagram page for the information on that. Check my Instagram page. I think it's the last weekend of this month. I think it's the 30th. We are doing San Pedro. So we're going to the mountain on the 30th of March. And then we are having our ayahuasca on the 6th of April. So you can be able to do both the ceremonies on the 30th and on the 6th of April. So guys, I do not see Instagram questions. I hope they went, because Instagram is a little bit further. The camera today, I can't see everything there, but I hope you guys got something. And of course, if you've got questions, call me. Well, send me a DM. Because I was going to say call me, I'm not saying the number correctly. So send me a DM, send me an email. I am always here to answer all your questions. And of course, make sure that you click on the what? Follow, subscribe, like, please share. And yeah, so that you can also do the notification bell so that you can be able to see when I'm doing other videos live. I'm going to do another video later on this week, and I want us to just discuss a little bit more around quick manifestation of money. There's been so many people that have been asking me on the manifestation spells, but the manifestation program is open again. You can join us on the manifestation program. I've talked about it in the past. I'm still going to talk about it. But I wanted to just share with you some few quick money solution spells. Nothing long term. These ones, when I do the video, I just want to share with you guys like how to get in that cash as quickly as possible. But of course, it's not long term. It is just to help you to breathe so that you can be able to put things in place. Okay, so, and then don't of course get addicted to those quick ones, because they do not actually last long. So yeah. Thank you guys. You have a lovely evening. Bye bye.